What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Guardians video for you guys. And we are now just over 1 week away from the 2023 MLB Trade deadline, which of course falls on August 1st this year, which, believe it or not, is already 1 week from tomorrow. So, yeah, we're officially in that time period that I like to call hug watch season, where whenever a player gets pulled from a game, mainly in the minors, we haven't really seen it too often in the major leagues recently. But yeah, in the minor leagues, when a player gets pulled from a game for some reason, everyone automatically freaks out thinking that that player's involved in a trade. And then we find out later that he was injured or he's getting called up or something or whatever. Or maybe it was just a regular defensive substitution. Happens all the time. But yeah, when it comes to the Guardians, I think we all know what the main objectives are when it comes to positions to address. And speaking of which, in this video, I'm going to talk about my Guardians trade deadline wish list. So we'll see if my objectives match what Chris Antonetti said in an interview yesterday. Now, I did post this tweet yesterday in my live stream. I talked a little bit about it, but for those who didn't watch that live stream, here's the post from Jim Bowden on Twitter yesterday, and I quote, Chris Antonetti, president #Guardians, shared with us that they are looking for both a complimentary bat and a starting pitcher. That's very interesting. Chris Antonetti has officially piqued my interest. You got me hooked. Now, please go out there and make a move. All right? Make us Guardians fans happy. We literally had, what, 3 sellouts in a row? Something like that this weekend against the Phillies? Beautiful weekend for baseball. We had one of the largest crowds collectively for a series since, like, what, 2008? Man, if we're out here doing this, and this loser of a freaking organization does not make at least one good trade, I would have lost all hope in this front office. We're in the middle of a freaking window for contention. Good young team. We have an over surplus of assets to trade in the farm. Like, we literally have a log jam at shortstop. We have holes to fill. We actually have a minority owner who's willing to spend. I swear to God, if these guys do nothing again, I might post a rant video just roasting this front office. Because these guys haven't made a buyer's trade really in a couple years. They've all been like small trades, or they've been selling stuff. It's freaking insane. Like, are we really going to waste another year of Jose Ramirez? Right? It's already, what, year 2 in his extension? I mean, at least we're extending players, but how about we go out, we use some of the over surplus of assets that we have, and actually bring in a solid piece or two to help this team. The division can be had. I know the division stinks, but if we can get serious, we can take this division. For real. It's really between us and the Twins. The Tigers are kind of lurking, but yeah, whatever with them. The White Sox in Kansas City, they're essentially done. So all I'm going to say is this. Chris Antonetti, Mike Chernoff, now is the time for you guys to get serious, okay? Yeah, make us happy. Go out there, make a trade. And now, I'm not talking about one of those here damn trades where you make a small little trade just to appease the fan base. I'm talking about go out there, get us a piece that can really help us out, especially in the outfield. But yeah, in this video, I'm going to talk about my Guardians trade deadline wish list, where I will go through the 5 main objectives that I think the Guardians need to address before the deadline. Essentially like what I did for free agency, except this is trade deadline. So the first position that I think the Guardians will probably most likely address, I mean, because Chris Antonetti literally just mentioned it in that tweet, outfielder, DH. Now, what was mentioned in that tweet was Antoinetti talked about versatility. Someone who can play the outfield and also DH every once in a while. And I already know there are some names out there that comes to mind. One being Cody Bellinger. If we go out and get Cody Bellinger, I will rescind any slander that I had for this front office. Because Cody Bellinger would be just what we needed. A power bat, and you put him in this lineup? Oh my God. I mean, his defense isn't what it used to be, but you put his bat in our lineup. Wow. Right? Especially with all the guys that we have that can get on base. Oh, yeah. That would be fun. Now, the second position that I have is mid-rotation starting pitcher. Because obviously we have Shane Bieber, we have Tristan McKenzie, we have Aaron Savale. Those three are good right now. And for those wondering, are we going to trade Shane? No, he's hurt. Just like Tristan. Now, I'm guessing they'll both be back no later than mid-September. Anytime before then, I think they'll be back. Honestly, trying to give a legit timeline, I would say between like late August to maybe early September. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, of course, they had to suffer 2 pretty serious injuries, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think a mid-rotation starting pitcher would be nice, especially considering the fact that I'm sure the organization has inning limits on the 3 young pitchers that we currently have in the rotation. And I'm sure at some point they're going to shut them down to preserve their arms for next year, because they really don't want to turn their arms into mush in their first full year in the majors. That would not be good, right? You don't want to cook their arms in 1 year, right? Because we've seen how we be treating our starters lately. Just look at Kluber and Bieber and Savale. For real. Even Quantrill now. Like, what the heck? And of course, McKenzie. That was just bad luck on McKenzie's end. He just came back and then he gets hurt again. Not even serious. Not even serious. I swear this team is cursed. I don't know. Now, next I have middle reliever, because we've watched our bullpen implode time and time again. And I'm pretty sure that's just from the guys being gassed. They've been used a lot because, again, our starters, mainly the 3 youngsters that we have, they barely go 5 innings because Tito pulls them after like 4 or 5 innings. And that puts a lot on the bullpen's plate, especially when we have a small lead, because then we'd have to rely on the bullpen to protect a 1 or 2 run lead, right? Luckily, though, Tanner Bybee gave us a masterclass a couple days ago, which really preserved the pen for the bullpen game yesterday. So we'll see how they do tonight with Logan Allen back on the mound. That'll be fun. If I had to guess, Logan Allen's probably going to go like 6 innings, regardless of how he does. That's just the way that they've been. Now, the next objective is bench depth and utility man. Do I really think they get a piece for that? No. I think, if anything, I think they could make Miles Straw that utility piece. You know, make him the 4th outfielder who comes in for defense or as a pinch runner late game like they did yesterday with Josh Bell. Of course, that loser just had to find his way to the plate in the 10th inning, because of course he always finds his way to the plate. You just know when he comes in, even as a pinch runner or as a defensive sub, he's going to find his way to the plate. There's no escaping it. And he's always the final out, too. And Tito continues to put his faith in him, which is nice, but that's the wrong guy to do it to, because he stinks. He stinks, man. He doesn't do anything. For real, man. Oh. You see, my ultimate plan is you have Quan in left, you have Brennan in center, And then let's say you go out and you get like Lane Thomas and you put him in right field. That's a way better outfield than what we have now. And all you did was acquire an outfielder and move Miles Straw to the bench spot, to the fourth outfielder. That would work just fine. But knowing Tito's stubborn ass, he ain't going to do it. No. He would still have Miles Straw starting, and he'd make the new acquisition the fourth outfielder. Because that's how stubborn he is. I mean, after all, this dude still has Bald Man in second on the batting order. Like, come on. Get serious, Tito. Mushbrain. I swear, that dude is super unserious sometimes. I mean, he's a legend, but my God, dude. Mushbrain, mushbrain, mushbrain. Okay, I'm going to stop before I go on a whole rant about how mushbrain Tito has been. His in-game decisions have been so questionable. I swear. To wrap this video up, I'm going to do a little article review. Not a full article, just a little piece, because I saw from an Athletic article posted earlier that there was a little piece talking about the Guardians, and I'm going to go over it. So here's the little piece of the article that was posted on Twitter from somebody. And as you can see, this was a little Q&A, and the person asked, and I quote, "With the Guardians having a surplus of pitching and middle infielders, even if a bunch are unproven and or hurt, how do you see them attacking the deadline?" Good question. The quantity over quality approach has helped in the past, but with an unbalanced 40-man roster plus a shortfall of power, what trades do you see them making? Shout out to Zach L. for that question. Well, here's the answer. Guardians president of baseball operations Chris Antonetti told me on my SiriusXM radio show Sunday that he is looking to trade for a complimentary bat and a starting pitcher. So this must be from Jim Bowden. Okay. For the complimentary bat, here's a range that could make sense. Lane Thomas at the high end. Okay, I've talked about him before. Mark Canna in the middle. All right. Tony Kemp on the low end. Really? Tony Kemp? I swear, if this front office says, yeah, we'll make a trade, and that trade is Tony Kemp, that is the ultimate, here's the damn trade, now shut up kind of trade. You know? That's the here damn trade. You know? Because Guardians fans have been bugging the front office about making a trade for a while. So yeah, the Guardians would definitely trade for Tony Kemp and just say, here, damn, now shut up. Got your trade. Be happy. Yeah, no. And then he mentions, in terms of starting pitchers, I'm talking in the range of Michael Lorenzen or Jordan Montgomery. Yeah, I would like Jordan Montgomery. Michael Lorenzen would be nice too. Yep, somewhere around there. I know a lot of Guardians fans would say, what about like Giolito or someone like that? If we were going to trade with the White Sox for a pitcher, I would think it'd be like something like Lance Lynn. But I don't think that happens. No. The White Sox would not be caught dead making a trade with us, sending us one of their pitchers. Because all they would need for us to do is turn that pitcher into a stud. Lance Lynn comes here and reverts back to his elite form. Right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to get my hopes up, of course. But I mean, if the Guardians went out and got a Mark Canna or a Lane Thomas, that'd be cool. But I swear to God, if they go out and get Tony Kemp and that's it, I would have lost all faith in this front office. Because you're out here talking, yeah, we need a complimentary bat with some power. And then you go out and get Tony Kemp. Really? Oh my God, you guys would want to see that reaction video if we made that trade. Yeah. I would question the legitimacy. I bet this is a troll, right? Tell me this is a troll. This ain't real. Clearly, this ain't real. No, it's not real. No. 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 Tell me this ain't real. We did not just trade for Tony Kemp. Right? Seriously? Really? Huh? You think I'm going to take you serious after doing that? Nah. I'm sure Guardians fans are going to want Antonetti fired if they pulled that off. Now, unless they traded for Tony Kemp, made him that utility piece off the bench, and then went out and made a trade for someone like Lane Thomas or Brent Rooker or something. And I wouldn't be as mad. But I swear, if freaking Tony Kemp was the only move they made this deadline, that would be just like when they acquired Miles Straw. Same kind of thing. Yeah. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member for exclusive perks like cool emotes and whatnot. And of course, I will be live tonight for game 1 of the series against Kansas City. And hopefully we can get back on the winning side of things. And of course, tomorrow officially starts the period where I call trade watch or hug watch season. We'll start seeing some trades going down this week. It's going to be a fun week. Hopefully the Guardians make some moves. Make me happy. Okay? Make me believe in you again, Chris. Please. I like you, Antonetti. I really do. But compared to the other GMs in the city of Cleveland, you know, Kobe Altman, you know, Andrew Berry, they've made moves. Not necessarily at the deadline, although Andrew Berry did, of course, acquire Deion Jones before the deadline. That was a good move. I mean, he kind of needed to do that because our linebackers were cooked last year. By the way, speaking of which, Sione Takitaki, Anthony Walker, expected to be back for week 1. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Chris Antonetti, Mike Chernoff, Guardians front office. Time's ticking. Make your move. What are you going to do? With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. And I'll see you tonight. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.